Welcome to the farm, where the sun's always bright. We're planting seeds and chatting through the night. Take a break, sit back, we're here to unwind. In this world of pixels, leave worries behind. Grab a coffee, let's chill for a while. With crops to grow and friends in style. No need to hurry, let's take it slow. In this cozy place, let the good vibes flow. From fields to river, sky is so wide. We're tending the land with friends by our side. Whether it's crops or quests we chase, every new sunrise brings a warm embrace. Grab a coffee, let's chill for a while. With crops to grow and friends in style. No need to hurry, let's take it slow. In this cozy place, let the good vibes flow. Through rain or shine, we're here to play. In Acorn Valley, where friends don't stray.
Swamp Ginger says,
Pixel fields and digital skies. With laughter and peace, time just flies. So here's to the farm, where stories grow. Each harvest brings tales we'll sow. A chill little space where folks can find a moment of calm and peace of mind. Grab a coffee, let's chill for a while. With crops to grow and friends in style. No need to hurry, let's take it slow. In this cozy place, let the good vibes flow. Thanks for stopping by, now you're part of the crew. Acorn Valley's here, just waiting for you. With fields to roam and skies so wide, kick back and relax, we'll be your guide. Welcome to the valley, where the sun's always kind. A place for the heart, a rest for the mind. So come as you are, stay as you please. Here in Acorn Valley, find your peace in the breeze. You're welcome here, come rain or shine. In fields of green, let the stars align. Whenever you need a place to stay, Acorn Valley's just a click away. Welcome to the farm, where the sun's always bright. We're planting seeds and chatting through the night. Take a break, sit back, we're here to unwind. In this world of pixels, leave worries behind. Grab a coffee, let's chill for a while. With crops to grow and friends in style. No need to hurry, let's take it slow. In this cozy place, let the good vibes flow. From fields to river, sky is so wide. We're tending the land with friends by our side. Whether it's crops or quests we chase, every new here's to the farm where stories grow. Each harvest brings tales we'll sow. A chill little space where folks can find a moment of calm and peace of mind. Grab a coffee, let's chill for a while, with crops to grow and friends in style. No need to hurry, let's take it slow. In this cozy place, let the good vibes flow. Thanks for stopping by, now you're part of the crew. Acorn Valley's here, just waiting for you. With fields to roam and skies so wide, kick back and relax, we'll be your guide. Welcome to the valley, where the sun's always kind. A place for the heart, a rest for the mind. So come as you are, stay as you please. Here in Acorn Valley, find your peace in the breeze. You're welcome here, come rain or shine. In fields of green, let the stars align. Whenever you need a place to stay, Acorn Valley's just a click away.
How's everyone doing today? We finally got the tackle box back up and running, and you see the lighting's not really perfect because we had to order new stuff, but hey, we're up and we're ready, and it's bass month, so my hat's messed up, sorry. I was not playing with the overly zealous poodle earlier. I think I still got some of his fluff on me, but hey, that's okay. It's Odin. We love Odin around here. That's how it goes. Now I'm just going to do one more thing, make sure it's reading from the correct microphone. It is. So, well, let's hop right on into it. Ain't no reason to be shy. We tie flies, and that's how we're going to fly. Let's go. Alright. So the first thing that I want to say about Bass Month, Bass Month is bass is a broad term. And so what we're looking for, you know, when it comes to bass, is what kind of bass are you going at? Down here in Louisiana, when I say bass, I'm referring to largemouth bass, or some places call it a bucket mouth. What you call it? You know, some places call it black bass, sun perch, but bass, largemouth bass. That's what we're talking about here. That's what I have down here. That's what we're talking about. And the first one I'm going to tie today is unfortunately named. Thank you, Kelly Gallup. I'm going to tie a dungeon today. I'm not going to say what kind of dungeon. We're going to tie a dungeon today. The articulated fly. It's the first one I've done in a while. But we're going to tie a few of them up today. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the articulation ready. So, I'm going to body wrap. And we gonna get started. For those of you who are already here, I hope you're having a fantastic morning. I know I am. I'd be having a better morning if I remember where I put my blade. So the thing with articulated streamers is obviously, you know, we got to be able to set the bead and a wire to be able to act as the joint. Now, I did make sure we have beads for this, so we're going to be clear on that front. And as always, y'all know I have smooth shank hooks, so we're going to be working on setting that body wrap down first. So I'm going to go ahead and get this line ready right here for us to be able to add our joint. a particular measurement isn't really super important. When you make your initial cut to get your line or metal wire ready for the joint, you know, just make sure that you cut more than what you think you're going to need. So I have my base body down. Looking for where my hook wheel went because, well, I'm a little disorganized today apparently. Oh, there it is. Look, it was right in front of me. Alright, so let's get this guy out. Oh, wow, this one's actually stuck in here pretty good. And of course my phone fell. It's not been my morning today. It's all good though. All good. There we go. Let's get that fuzz off of there. There we go. So. I'm going to, no pun intended, fish my wire through. In this case, we don't have like big old gigantic bass around here. So I'm literally just using a big game mono line. I would recommend 15 to 20 pound. You're going to make an articulated streamer with it. The reason is you want it to be flexible, but you don't want it to be so hard that you can't bend and manipulate it without it crimping on itself. Crimping is going to make a weak point. As you see right here, we want it to loop in on itself, not crimp. That's why I use the 15 pound. So we're going to get my little beading out right here. And you can use plastic beads too. I'm just going to use a brass one though, but you can use the plastic ones without a problem. I just happen to have a wheel right here of metal beads. But like I said, you can and feel free to use the plastic ones. I believe this was originally tied with those. But I just happen to have some nice brass ones. And that's why I'm using the little brass one. So the brass one's just to hold the loop down. And it's going to help create space so that it can wiggle like it's supposed to. Without getting overly silly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. And I can see that that line's a little bit long. But when I back it up to here like this, you see how it's not so long anymore, and that's because we're going to bind the whole thing down together at once. So I'm going to hold her still, and just like when we were, you know, tying the woolly buggers and stuff like that, we're going to do the whole thing. Because the more friction wrap you have without digging in and cutting the line, the stronger that tail of that articulation is going to be. As you see, I kind of missed my loops right here a little bit. When you're making an articulated fly, try to correct that if you can. Alright. So just like you would do with any, well, just like I would do, because, you know, if your hooks have texture on them, you don't have to do the whole body. I do the whole body regardless out of comfort, more than anything. But it does provide that friction and stability that this guy is going to need, especially when you do get that bass. So I'm going to wrap her just like we always do, all the way halfway through the hook shank. We're going to go all the way. And if y'all like the lo-fi playlist, y'all should thank our friend Nola Ducky. She's the one who showed it to us. It's lo-fi, DCMA free. There's quite a few artists in there. I plan on going through it so I could put it in the description so they get their proper credit. Even though it's DCMA free and they make it for streamers, I believe in credit where credit's due. Like I said, our friend sent it to us and I haven't had the chance yet.
Guts and Blood says, I take it the tests failed / mutiny, doubled because your hands are occupied. LOL.
What's up? Hold on there, Guts. I got you, buddy. Good morning.
Oh, they won't plow, they won't hold the tools won't move, they've dropped them all. The lights flicker, the echoes call. It's mutiny, we've lost it all. The tractor's growling, won't shift in gear. The sprayer's loose, the cows disappeared. The harvester's laughing, the tiller's done. The whole dang farm's on the run. They won't plow, they won't haul. The tools won't move, they've dropped them all. The lights flicker, the echoes call. It's mutiny, we've lost it all. We heard the steps, we saw the breath. The journal wrote, "You're next in red." The spirit's laughing, the door just slammed. Looks like the ghosts have joined the jam. We mapped the ruins, dug too deep. Now something wakes beneath our feet. The compass spins, the torches fail. No turning back, we've lost the trail. The barn doors shake, the wraith takes flight. The engine stalls, the day turns night. We ran the farm, but now we flee. It's mutiny, eternally. Oh. The barn doors shake, the wraith takes flight. The engine stalls, the day turns night. We ran the farm, but now we flee. It's mutiny, eternally.
Y'all could see, but probably not here. We're trimming the mono tip off of our articulated dungeon. And the reason is, as always, you want to leave that eye as free as possible. That's not right. Not how that goes. Is there a burr or something in here? Hold on. Oh. Actually, you know what? We're going to take this opportunity and lock it. And get my big boy out. Get the big boy out. There we go. Anyway, so now that we're rolling here, how you doing this morning, guys? Hope you're having a great morning, my man. Man, I am just all types of messed up this morning. Nothing is actually wanting to cooperate here. My line is all types of messed up this morning. That's okay, though. We'll get it right. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Even if you have to fix a spool of thread. Worth doing, it's worth doing right. And just like that, crisis averted. So we're gonna make the body on this guy a little bit heavy for that. My usual thread is apparently not behaving, so we're gonna fix her up real nice. There we go. That's the problem with these big spools, man. You catch me wrong, I'm grateful. My bonds was just trying to save a little bit of money and get the larger spool than I would normally get, but it really messes with the bottle. Honestly, because we're gonna put eyes in here, on here, and what the crap? Can't we just straighten my bobbin? Yeah, she got a big spool for me. Nothing bad, she was just trying to save a couple bucks by buying the spool and volume, but it makes it hard for the bobbin to operate without a machine. Okay. See, pulled with enough force, it almost ripped the hook out. It's not good. Boom. Let's try that again now. Okay, really? What's going on here? Everything's mutinying. It's all guts gold, man.
Gia11 says,
FP!
Good morning, fellas 07.
Good morning, FP. How you doing today, my man? We are working through some bobbin issues here. It is not wanting to cooperate with me this morning. There we go. A little bit of patience. Knock it out. No problems. Alright. So we're going to lock this section of the body down. And when you're tying a dungeon, you're going to want that body. Because remember, that body, it is holding your cable there. In this case, our cable is going to be a big game monofill. Because that's what I use. Boom. And then Swampy's going to remember where he put the razor. Alright. As you can see, the hook wants to come out of the vise before it gives up the line. That's what we're looking for right there. See, what I'm not looking for is this little tag right here. We're going to snip that little tag out right there. Because there's going to be a lot of material on this streamer. This is articulated. There's going to be a lot of material here and here. And it's going to have to flow through. So while you do want buildup on the body, you don't want it to be all ganglioid looking. You know what I mean? Okay. So essentially, what we're going to be doing here, we're going to make a marabou flash tail that is going to extend and cover all of this here. And then we're going to follow it up with basically what is going to be a marabou. Wow, my words ain't even working today. A marabou bugger. So, here we go. Let's get it started. Sorry about that, everybody. Nope. Alright, so we're going to get some of our rabbit tail out. We're going to get our black marabou. Peacock curl. Green dyed deer hair. And we got our eyes. This one's gonna have eyes. So we got our eyes right here. And let's see, first of all, we're going with the green aesthetic. Probably gonna use these eyes in the middle right here. Now, this is for fishing down here in Louisiana, not up there with the super clear water. So despite that we're going to have that black and olive marabou pattern going through, we're going to have some crystal flash. We're going to have some green and white crystal flash. Basically, we're just going to have fun with it. So at the end of the day, you're here to have fun and catch fish. Like a day in the life to me. So, let's say we got our hair right here. So we got our body ran. My fly cards are not cooperating with me this morning. If anybody's curious what I mean by, what you call it? Fly cards, I make myself little card recipes, but I gotta start writing them down and not keep them on my phone. Because I end up with them not wanting to come up on my phone. And no, honestly, the problem is me because I'm sitting here. I make it horizontally, but then my phone's got to sit vertically. And I just end up messing myself up, unfortunately. I'm just going to have to turn it sideways. I didn't want to, but that's how we're going to do it. I hate it running sideways like that. Alright. First line is secured. We got our hair. We got our materials laid out. We're going to lock this one down and we're going to get started on this one. After I change this spool, it's that's all I have to say, just I don't know why my spool is fighting me so hard today, but it is what it is. There it is. I did find out one thing from last week I would like to share with all of you. When you get materials for your craft, know where they come from. But see, this is Deadlier 70, right? But it's a cotton spin, so watch what happens while I go. Just something for you to look out for and be aware of. It's not going to hurt the fly or anything, but just so that you're aware. Now, this is going to be one of the few, these flies today are going to be one of the few that y'all are going to see I'm going to recommend off the bat, despite instructions to wrap the body. Again, you want your line secure, and even though I usually recommend it, it is actually part of the pattern, you need to lock it down. You know, you would hate to finally get that bass, just for it to get away because, you know, stuff's not tight enough. Yeah, that would frustrate anybody to no end. There we go. So just like before, we're going to wrap the rear body out. Now, obviously, this one isn't holding a cable. The cabling for it is in the eyelet. But remember, just how we did the mini woolly buggers for the sockeye last month. You still want it locked down because a lot of hooks are smooth shanked; they're not textured. And unless you're spending like some serious money on some serious hooks, you know, they're not going to be textured. I know a lot of people could, you know, be like, oh, well, if you go to Walmart, you can get the Eagle claw, red laser hooks. Yeah, well, you know, that paint's really smooth. That's all I got to say about that. So you want to be careful when you're doing that. Right? Just keep your head on a swivel. And just remind yourself, hey, when you're tying things up, if it's worth doing right. So just take the time to do it right. Who's it gonna hurt? And plus, if you do it right, you're gonna make a more durable fly or a streamer in this case. And you'll have less to worry about. I will not lie to you and say it's gonna hurt less when you get it stuck in a tree or on a tree stump in the water. But at least you'll know it's still in one piece. I've done that to myself so many times. Oh man. Just gets silly. As you see, I'm still going to do my whip. I'm doing it in the back. And as you see, I'm making it wide enough to engulf the front. Line her up. Hitch lock in the back. Now you see it moved a little bit, so we're gonna cover our butts. And do one more. Keep my finger there. Guide it and lock it. Alright, so the body is wrapped on both sides of the articulation now. So, like I said, we're going to do a black marabou and a green marabou. We're going to start with the back. So we got our front body wrapped. Now we got the back piece. And you got my black marabou right here. Alright. So let's get some visual representation going here so that we all know what I'm talking about. I don't know if y'all remember this guy from Sakale month, but as you see, we got our body wrap, we got our hackling, we got the marabou and the crystal flash. We got these rubber legs on here. Alright. So, that's how we're going to rock and roll this puppy. Now, we could probably do some color patterning to it. We could probably get like a green and black, you know, like a mini bass thing going. But, you know, we're actually here to catch fish, not be super extra duper fancy on everything. Although, again, it's not a terrible idea. So let's get our green Chanel out. Let's start wrapping. I am going to use... Oh, you know what? Look, I got this black one right here. As I'm removing the Chanel, I'm just letting you know I can hear DNL joke on Chanel number 1 in my head. This is what y'all do to me. Y'all end up living rent-free in my head. Alright. So I'm going to take this here. That looks like more than enough. I could probably get both sides of the body with that amount. So I'm going to tie it off here. I don't know if y'all know this. The synthetic Chanel comes like this. So you can wrap it in there. I just realized I never explained that. All through Socklight month, as much as this stuff that we have used, I never explained that. But yeah, it comes in a little thing, just like this. Yeah. You put it in these little grooves right here. Okay. Since we agreed on the black wrap, I'm gonna go ahead and get the black spool off the bobbin back out. And just like we would do any time before, I need to create extra space because I'm working on an articulated fly this time. So we're going to create that extra space for everything. Because it's about to have a lot of material on it. Articulated flies are very much certainly the more expensive ones. For a reason. Alright, so we got our thread locked back in. I lost the Chanel that I cut because I'm special. There it is. Okay. And y'all remember how this goes, I'm sure. Uh-oh. I'm gonna wrap that section down, and then we're gonna get ready to bring her all the way. All right.
Guts and Blood says.
What's up, guys?
He's wearing the Chanel number 5.
Only for you, Guts. Only for you. Alright, so we got our Chanel ran to the front. 2 wraps near the eye. Sink, drop. Sink, drop. Alright, we're gonna have quiz time. While I get the material, maybe someone can, maybe somebody remembers what the next step is for the bugger side of the dungeon. Seconds on the clock. Mostly because I'm getting a couple of materials out. We're doing some things that are different for the dungeon. Let's see if anybody remembers. No wrong answers. Feel free to pop your answer in there if you think you know. That's not what I'm looking for. That's for the next fly. Alright, well, the answer is hackling. We gotta put our hackling in. Did my wife move them? Oh, yeah, she did. She put them up here. Alright, so yep, we're gonna put our hackle in now. Hey, do you know? See, I told you. I said Chanel number 5, and boom, there he is. Now we just gotta wait for him to come in and make some kind of funny about it now. I know he's gonna be in there if he's not already in there, and I just ain't heard the thing go off yet. Okay. So
Guts and Blood says.
Y'all remember the heckling?
I can do heckling.
You can do heckling? Okay. Alright, so that's nice and locked in there. There he is! See, I told y'all. Told y'all.
Yeah, my TV switched to headphones, so when I turned it on, so I couldn't hear. So it's Dungeons, Scalpings, and Bugs for Base Month, huh?
Bass.
Base.
Bass.
If you say so.
I do. Yep, that's actually what we're tying up right now. We are tying the articulated dungeon fly. It has a full name. I'm not speaking the full name, but yes.
Well, either because we'd laugh at you or it sounds perverted.
It is very. I will one day find Kelly Gallup and ask him, why do you do this to us? Let's put it that way.
Specifically for the laughs.
It has to be. It has to be. I can think of no other reason that somebody would name this, what y'all will, see and hopefully also agree with, a very beautiful articulated
Guts and Blood says. He goes fishing for guitars.
He goes fishing for guitars.
See? It is base month, and even guts and blood. You know, I came here to do the heckling. Ha ha.
Well, for educational purposes, I will tell you, as my video very promptly gets taken off of YouTube, this
Mr. Meatloaf says,
this stream
FP sent me.
FP sent you. Well, thank you for stopping by, Milo. FP's a great man. But yeah, this so this fly was developed by Kelly Gallup, and it is, while a very good articulated streamer, it is unfortunately named the Sex Dungeon. No, I don't know why. I do not wish to know why. I am just here to tell you that you can really get a lot of largemouth bass with this guy. And it is going to be chunky to throw. As you can see, the rear section of this articulation is heavy. And it's going to stay heavy through the build. It's not getting any lighter. So as you see, we got our large... What you got, bud?
Sorry.
No.
Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to interrupt you, sir.
No, you're good. Go for it.
Yours is educational. Mine is just, again, heckling.
Heckle away, man. That's why we in the entertainment category, man. Let's go.
Oh, I know, but I think more the idea of calling this a sex dungeon is not so much to name the fly, but as a reference to what shows up in people's sex dungeons, and that they can be wide mouth bass is emphasis on the ass part. Anyways, there you go.
All right, so
That's why you'd call it a sex dungeon.
I mean, he has a
Just
point.
saying.
There's an argument to be made there that he has a point, and it could be. I never met the guy. I don't.
It doesn't mean he has to have a sex dungeon. It's just because I don't have a sex dungeon. I don't even have it downstairs.
I mean,
So
you know, it could be like a horizontal dumbwaiter, just go sideways. You don't know. I'm just saying.
well, yeah, then it would be a sex hallway.
I mean, I guess, you know,
How
I'm
would
not
that
having.
work?
I don't know, but I don't think I'm having this conversation anymore.
Careful, you might get guts and blood active or something, and then you got mutinies.
Well, we had one earlier. It's just, you know, it's fishing time, so we have the bass thingy up right now. But he came in and popped that mutiny already. All right.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. All right. I just had
Guts
the
and
black
blood
man.
says,
Oh, there we go. You poor
you
man.
poor man. DNL, cut off at the waist.
Oh, it's I
Gia11
can only
says,
read like half
heading
of
out,
this
dude.
dude's.
It's getting too weird.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Sorry, FP. Fly names get weird. I didn't make them, I promise.
Yeah, but if given the opportunity, they'd be like based off of squirrels.
All right. Let's see.
Notice he doesn't comment.
I'm trying to measure my marabou, man. Give me a moment. You already chased off FP. I'm kidding. Oh shoot.
I doubt it. He's been in the chats before when I've been there
All right, so let's see here.
and poked fun at the squirrel.
Oh, fun at the square. All right, here we go. All right.
Getting too weird.
All right, so let's see. This marabou's stiff. Do I have a softer one? Oh yeah, there we go. We got some softer marabou. There we go.
Guts and blood says, he'd create one like the Flying Nutter.
You know, I do want to point out, we did actually tie a fly that I designed already.
And I missed it.
No, you were there for it. You just didn't. I just don't think you heard when I said I'm the one that made it. I made the lantern dance.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, perfectly normal name.
Right. I think it doesn't have to be weird. All right, let's see.
The Flying Nutter.
The fly- Wait, did my bot not read it? I didn't hear it. He'd creep. Did my bot go down? I didn't hear it red.
You probably killed it. Damn AI. Look, shows you how good AIs really are.
Yeah.
Deep down inside, they just want it. Rolo. Oh, wait.
Okay. That's why you gotta brush your flies.
Happy Sunday.
Boom. There we go. Alright, so we got this here. We got it locked in. Alright, so we're going to finish tying off the head of the tail section.
Guts and Blood says.
There it goes.
Test test.
I don't know, I guess it just missed that one, I guess. I don't know. I heard that one. Alright, here we go. Alright, so it has a tackling. It's got its tail. And as y'all can, like we were just saying, as you can see, it's not getting any lighter. We are going to get our silver and black crystal flash out. And we're going to... And we don't need much. We're just trying to create a flash on the underbelly. That's all we're trying to do. So about like this. About like that. All right.
I know, maybe he's just an innocent southern boy and thought the name sounded neat.
Who's that?
Sex dungeon? For a
Kelly's from
fish
Montana.
lure?
I believe Kelly is from Montana. I believe. I don't have evidence of that. I'll have to look
Central
that up.
Midwest. Well, you know, being in the Central Midwest, Upper Midwest, kind of explains everything.
Well, that's where most fly fishing is done. I'm the oddball here doing fly fishing in, you know, the South that's not saltwater.
In the South, that's not swamp water. Or salt water. Sorry.
Nope.
You say South, it isn't swamp water. Huh. Good luck with that one.
Right. A lot of people gonna have some questions.
Because, well, after a certain point, does the South still be a South? I mean, look at Kentucky or Kansas. Kansas.
That's a good question.
I mean, technically, it's a southern state. Technically. I think they're below the Mason-Dixon line, so, right? I don't know. You're southern. You should know where that damn line is.
Aren't you down here too?
Well, technically, I'm more west. Technically. Just because we call it the Southwest down here doesn't mean.
Would you like?
I have a lot of bad words to say at the moment.
I was about to say, did you want to take another crack at that, or are you good?
Well, yeah, the other crack would be a lot. I have a lot of bad words down with Santa Ana. I mean, that's about as close as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know, I do not believe Santa Ana will rise again. Oh, what's that other dude? Damn it. Oh, Pancho Villa. Pancho Villa was killed by the American government.
All right. So we're about to kill some of these lights, guys. We're going to be very careful when we UV lock this head right here because, well, we have to get a very precise amount without locking the monofilament in place. So where is my UV light? Right here.
Guts and Blood says. Maybe
that
it's
is like
dungeon.
the weirdest fishing hook I've ever seen because it's got like, well, fishing lure because it's got 2 hooks.
Yep, this is an articulated fly. Now, as Danielle has pointed out, it is a weird looking setup, but the part of it that feels weird for a lot of people who tie flies is that you're starting in the back and not the front. Same about when we did all of our boogers. Where do we start? We start from the front and you dress it on your way back. And it's a little bit backwards. And at first it does look weird. Look at that. That doesn't look normal, does it? But it will in a moment. Okay, so we got our UV lock in. The head can spin freely. Sorry, I'm holding it up way up high. So now we're just going to take that puppy, lock it in. I'm going to turn my light back on. And before...
Guts and Blood says. Warn Cat, he's playing with hookers.
I will. I will when she pops in.
Buns is at church right now.
Yeah, I figured it's Sunday. I really should be going back to my other channel and doing that thing at 6 o'clock, but or whenever I decide to do it.
Mm-hmm. Y'all heard him say it, right? He knows.
Yeah, I know. The more, and I'm one of those people, if I say it, I've kind of committed myself to doing it. And I'm like, I'm not sure if it's like 6 my time. I might move it to 8 my time, but I don't know.
All right.
I need to figure that out. I mean, I'm a horrible businessman. Don't listen to me. Oh, wait.
Did you want to try that one again there, sir? I'll give you a chance to try that one again.
Ignore the fact that I'm also an accountant and yeah, exactly. Hey, I still hold I'm still an executive director in a marketing company.
There you go. Who's bad at business
So.
again? You know, because I think the person who would be bad at business is the one who accidentally has business meetings and didn't know it.
No, that's actually good at business. I'm sorry. Because you have no idea how much I'd love to have those accidental business meetings on a regular basis.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, let's get this woolly bugger out the way.
Guts and Blood says. He's
Especially
a horrible
since I'm sort of in
businessman.
marketing, so.
Watch his stream on what not to do. Tongue sticking out.
Yeah, exactly. Don't sit around and play video games all day.
All right. So
what
so real quick before we all start joking about that again, we're gonna get some rabbit hair and we're gonna get my dyed black deer hair out. Proceed.
Oh no, I'm just also thinking this is like, I don't know, it's a weird fish hook for me, but
It'll look less weird once we get all the pieces put
My-
in.
my real world fishing experience is limited to bait fishing
There's nothing wrong with that either.
for little fish that you throw back, catch and release shit.
Oh, I still have a cheese stick. Hey, I still have a snack. This ain't good. Where did my deer hair go? Oh, Buns help clean this area up. Did she move my deer hair?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't. I'm sure it wasn't malicious. She was just trying to help me get
No.
ready for this morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. I agree.
Put it back
My
here.
wife will do stuff like that occasionally, and I'll be looking at her, and she's like, "But it needed cleaning," and I'm like, "Yes, but."
Now I don't know where it's at. I got it. I found it.
Yeah, I don't know where anything's at. Damn it. I love my wife. Don't get me wrong.
All right. So just like we do deer hair any other time, especially if it comes in on a nice pad like that, hide pad. This is real. It's just dyed. So look for a good section. Take your
Guts
time.
and Blood says. So DNL saying he can't catch fish that he could actually keep?
I don't know.
/ joke.
A ghetto deer. Sorry, I was just watching a thing on the new cruise lines that are coming out
Is that right?
by Caribbean Cruise. It's the Waffle House themed cruise line.
That sounds great and violent at the same time.
I was watching it. It was one of the cruises, and they were recording it, and one of the fights broke out because it's becoming more urban, and they were tossing chairs and junk at each other, and I'm like, in a big dining hall area too, that seats
Ooh.
like maybe 150 people,
Oh,
and they're
shit.
sitting there throwing chairs at each other. I'm like, damn. It is definitely getting very...
Violent is the word you're looking for.
Yes, thank you. Found myself in a hole going, according to that one drop rule. Yeah, exactly. I'd be living in the South too, man.
Alright, so we're going to pop that there. We're going to line the hair up. And I know it's going over the eye, but that's because we're going to do this number.
My last name only makes you think I'm Irish.
Alright, there we go. So as you see, we got the head all nice and spread out. But what we're going to do here is we're going to go behind. Get some wraps in right there because we want it really secure. And we're going to go like this. Come on. We're going to give it enough backing that the front starts to stand up like this. Don't be afraid to smush her, follow her around, all of that good stuff. Boom. Just like that. Alright. As you see, when you pull it back, I can still see the eyelet. That's because most of it is going to be covered, but again, you want to be careful because we don't want to block it. We just want to, do all of this. There. So I gave it enough pivot that you see when I tighten it, it wants to stand up. And that's what we're looking for. The rest is going to follow through the wrap as normal. Basically, we're going to do a modified flash tail that's going to cover all of this. Now, if you're new to fly fishing or you've never used an articulated streamer before, there is something you want to keep in mind when you use this guy, and that your fur, until it gets wet, this thing will cast chunky. When you do your 10 and 2 or a D roll, you're going to feel it catch that fly, your tippet off of your fly line. Just let it go. Don't freak out and try to pull it back. Just let it go. You'll save yourself many headaches, I promise.
Well, yeah, I was young, and anyways.
No, go ahead. What you got?
Oh no, I was young. I was a kid. It was. What else do you do when you're visiting your grandmother? Fly kites and fish.
Yep.
And I had a really nice cloth kite. And yeah, just all I did was fly kites and fish when my dad visited grandma.
Sounds about right.
Oh, and she tried to get me to paint. So
How'd that
her
go?
paintings are really nice oil paintings. Me, I don't have the patience for it. I That's why Bob Ross is such a kick-ass painter.
Yeah, I'll agree to that. That's why the man's got so good at his craft. He's patient. He waited. He learned it out. Whole 9 yards. All right. So as you see, we got our flash belly. That's why we cut that other one so short. See, it's just going to kind of like flow and join up. Like I said, a lot of material is going to go on this fly. You don't need to be shy about it. But just like we did our woolly bugger, try to make sure everything lines up. I know it's in a vise. Do your best. It's okay. Even if it's going to be a little bit off. The goal is to
This is this man talking about sex dungeons and vices.
Ow. Just ow. Alright. So we can wrap this with by pulling forward on this, we can wrap all of that. We can get the Chanel back out, which is what we're about to do as soon as Swampy remembers where he put it. Right here. But the trick is going to be to grab your material and pull it.
Oh gosh, you're just getting yourself into trouble, buddy.
I didn't make this name.
Sex dungeons, vices, and now you're pulling things? Oh man. I guess that's why FP left, because it did get weird.
Yeah. I don't blame him. I want everybody to know that. I knew exactly the attention this thing's name was going to garner. I can't. I didn't name it. Okay, I didn't name it, guys. I didn't name it. All right, what I am gonna do to help keep this out of the way, since it wants to be a pain in my butt, we're actually gonna get our hackle pliers, clamp it to give it a little bit of weight, so it actually stays out of the way, so that we can dress the rest of this guy up. All right, there we go. So now that it's mostly out of the way, we're going to want to, like I'm not going to do the Chanel on this one, honestly, because it's plasticky and I don't like the way it looks. So what we are going to do, though, is I'm going to go give it its marabou body. Still a little stiff. I don't like how stiff that is. Let's get a different one. Oh, that looks a lot better. Alright, we are going to give it some fluff, because I want to wrap it back a little bit.
Well, that's a feather to keep Odin away from.
Oh, it is. Notice he's not in here today.
Yeah.
Let's all take a guess as to why. Maybe because the floofer decided to try to eat the feathers, and, well, he did accidentally bust my light last week, but that was him trying to protect the house, not being malicious against my fly tying stuff.
So Odin was protecting the house against the fly tying stuff.
No, I live next to sugarcane fields, and a mouse got in, and
okay.
Odin wasn't having that, and so he went to get it with the veracity of any kind of prey instinct animal, and he busted my this light, actually, this big one over here. He busted it trying to get it.
Poor Odin.
Like I said, he wasn't being bad.
No, big old dog like that just trying to do his duty.
Oh yeah.
Poor thing.
Yeah. But no, I caught him trying to. I caught him with his little snoot. Hope he can hear me. But his little snoot in my feather box. And I'm like, you're
looking for the mouse. It was honest.
No.
Honest trouble. I mean.
No, I'm talking about this morning. No, I caught his little snoot in my feather box this morning. I'm like, no, we ain't doing this, fam. Nah, you're going in timeout.
Yeah.
This marabou is not wanting to cooperate with me today. Nope. There we go, we got it. Alright, now it's behaving, kind of. Nope. We're gonna nip that out. There we go. Now it's behaving. Just had to take some of it out. Alright. So let's get it to wrap and lock. Make sure my wrap stays good through the body, which it is. Alright. Now we're going to do the easiest bit of this whole thing. I'm going to grab the grizzly hat right here. I'm going to get a couple of pins off of it. Realize that Odin did in fact get to some of my hackle and sift through the non-Odin-fied hackle. Like this.
Well, on the bright side, this also lets you know you really shouldn't own a bird.
Man, your flies have been looking great, Ginger. What's your secret there? Oh, I own birds. Eh?
Yeah,
Actually,
exactly.
funny side note about that. Back back when I was trying to get along with my people, I actually used to get my feathers from her chickens and ducks, actually.
Huh.
Ducks don't make good fly feathers, in case anybody is
Look at this
wondering.
guy. I'm sorry. I was gonna say that's why you're so sweet. You live next to a sugarcane field. Um, anyways, sorry.
All good.
You were saying about the duck feather, sir?
Yeah, they don't make good fly material, in case anybody's wondering.
Too stiff together.
Yeah, their
And
quills are very heavy.
Yeah. Which throws shit off and weight-wise, yeah.
Weight-wise, it doesn't want to bend. Doesn't make very good hackling.
That's the main thing. You're not wanting to bend, so
Right.
it doesn't flare out. I could see that. I don't want to walk today.
Ah, perfect. Here we go. No, that's not perfect. Nope, that's ugly. Throw that away. That's ugly. Throw that away.
You ever been panning for gold?
Negative.
Oh, see?
Why? What's up?
I was just curious. Just curious. Just one of those. See, I did different things as a kid. We didn't fish. We, of course, living in California before it was a communist state. You know?
Alright, so we're going to lock this down right here. And this is where fly tying is going to show you that having multiple skills is a good thing in life, because we're going to trim its hair. Y'all heard that sentence correctly.
I'm trying really hard not to make a joke out of it. That's a really bad. You know what I mean? It's like sex dungeons, vices. I can't help it. Sex dungeons, vices, and pulling hair.
We're going to cut hair, not pull.
Oh, pulling on things and cutting hair. My bad. Who said you weren't in a punny mood today?
Alright. Alright, here we go. Clip, clip. Alright, now we're going to get the eyes out. And this is where it's going to get a little difficult on the build. But chin up and you'll get it. It'll be just fine. The goal is we want to keep the eyes on, and we're going to have to UV seal that head still. Why? Because this thing is heavy, and if you cast it wrong, it will yank itself.
Guts and Blood says. Certainly looks like you're pulling hair.
Wow.
Alright.
A sex dungeon that yanks itself apart.
Yep.
The adult puns just keep on coming.
Was that on purpose?
Yep.
We got DNO.
Yes.
We got
It
DNO
was-
punning with porpoise over here. It's great.
Hey man, you put those puns right down there. That's so easy to pick up. Especially since so much of my humor is a one line, anyways.
Everyone now bear witness as to why I barely make these. This thing is a pain in the butt. But it works.
Here, I was gonna say it's because of the name.
That too.
You know, I mean, and I'm trying to let it go. I really am. Some of these you just don't make easy, man. Don't touch the sex dungeon. It's a bad joke waiting to happen. Wait, what?
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Life lessons on this Sunday afternoon. Lesson number 1 being don't let a madman on your stream.
Alright.
Lesson number 2, don't let him be joined by other madmen.
Alright, so we'll let go of the tail tail hook now. We're gonna get my little clipper, my hackle pliers. And a modified dungeon. Boom.
Modified sex dungeon, huh?
I just said dungeon. I said nothing about that other thing. I am married.
That is a big one, though.
Yeah.
Holy snot.
Well, you see, the standard one's actually bigger. It's like this long. This is actually a small
Wow.
guy. Yeah. But as you can see, that's her. She's nice. It will billow, as you can see right here. The marabou fluffs open. You got your belly flash there for that low visibility Louisiana water. There you go. You got your underbelly flash. And boom, boom, boom. That's her. I said the only real air quotes hard part about this guy, like I said, is that back section right there. Because as you see, it moves independently. It wiggles. Like I said, it fishes really well. I have tied a couple of these for myself. And let me tell you something, despite the name, it works really well. It really does. It works really well. But as you see, it moves. So you know when you're fishing for bass, your typical motion is strip, pause. So when it's in the water, it'll kick up, it'll fluff. And once the back end actually gets wet and has some weight, it'll actually do this. It's a really nice fly though. Now, I promised I would tie that. That promise has been fulfilled. On to better ones, or better named ones.
Let me get my mind out of the gutter first. Oh my gosh.
It'll be alright, buddy. I promise it'll be alright. I mean, not really.
There were so many comments there at the last part. It's just like, really? Really?
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the sex dungeon and getting the back wet and yanking things and vices and
You feel
Oh my
better now that
goodness.
you got that out your system? Feel better now?
Sort of.
All right, real quick,
I
if
mean, I'm
y'all
trying to again. You're on the Acorn Valley, so I am trying to be nice. Now, come on, don't poke the bear and make it worse.
it's the tackle box, but yep, as you see right here, it's pretty sizable. I mean, look at our Clouser minnow and look at this guy. It's pretty big. All right, that's the last joke I'm gonna go to him with, guys. That's the last one I'm gonna go to him with. All right.
I was gonna say, do you think he knows he does some of these?
Welcome to
I mean,
fishing.
half of the terms, yeah, half of the fishing terms you were using, and I'm like, dude, I could just,
See, that's the best part. You have to question whether or not I'm doing it on purpose. See, I could have said porpoise right there. I could have did it, but I didn't.
Much like Jack Sparrow,
I'm okay with
he
that
does,
equation.
that question, does he do it think it through, or does it just happen that way? And honestly, my answer to that is, I think it's a little bit of both.
All right. So before we begin on the next one, this is Bass Month, so we're gonna be tying a lot of bigger ones. Even the bug we're gonna tie later is going to be bigger. You know, when you're trying to mimic something's environment and you want it to grab, your hook, your lure, your bait, fly, streamer, doesn't matter. You need to remember one of your most important aspects is it's gotta look worth it. Meaning, that 14-inch bass, not gonna go after your itty bitty bug leg. Hold on. We're actually gonna pull examples because I have them. They're not gonna go after your little itty bitty peacock caterpillar. See, look at that guy. You're not gonna bother with that. That doesn't have enough calories. That guy got enough calories. So, bass are bigger. They want more food. They are hungrier. They are ambush predators. So our little bugs ain't gonna cut it. Yeah. And even in the freshwater environment, that is, brackish water environment, that is Louisiana, Sculpin is an excellent key for this. As soon as I remember where I put my bobbin and my mess of stuff going on right now. So, let's get started. Standard body.
Me being the way I am, here it is. You said bass month. Bass month. I'm still looking for the bass guitar, man.
I never played bass.
No?
Nope. I played a standard and
I kind of fell on its face. That's okay, Guts. I understand completely if you... Yeah, that was a bad joke. It was...
I did play standard, and I used to have... I know how many jokes are about to come out from this. I used to have an electric banjo.
Oh, man.
Surprised there weren't more jokes from that statement. Where'd I put my bead case? There's my bead case. And here's my weight case.
Oh, that's even worse.
What's that? Weight case? Do not typically recommend lead weights, guys.
Guts and Blood
But
says,
the Sculpin's going to be one that I
darn,
recommended.
I was here just for the bass guitar. Guts and Blood says, tongue sticking out.
Alright. As I was just saying, no, I don't typically recommend lead weights. I will recommend it for a Sculpin because of how you're going to use it off of your fly rod. So I'm going to... Oh, that's way too big. Hold up. Give me that back. My brain was saying bigger because bass, but that's too big. That was a saltwater flyweight.
So tempting, but it sucks. Oh, it did it to me again, you horrible TV.
Nope, it didn't open all the way. Let's get it to open all the way first. There we go. I said I don't use lead very often, so these guys are quite old because I try not to recommend lead at all, ever. But unfortunately, the lead works really well in this one because it's going to be malleable enough for me to form around it. Unfortunately, again. I would usually recommend like a tungsten weight or a cone weight and zinc or something, but this is not that time, unfortunately. So, we got our little head on here now. I'm not going to bother trying to overwrap a weight like that. What I am going to do is I'm going to build up a back because I don't want it to slide. I'm going to give it a cross pattern. Help her lock in. That is as much as you need to do to the weight. Now, if any of you have ever used a Sculpin, y'all know that it's got big eyes and lots of very quick body and feathering, which is exactly what we're going to do. Now, Sculpin is it's modeled after a minnow because, of course, it is fly fishing. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to give it enough body. Cinch up. Right next to that eye right there. We back that thread up a little bit. Because we just want to get some body on it to go over the feathering. And if you're wondering, this is just hair, rabbit's hair. That's all this is right here. And again, it's just to help give that feather back some body. That's all that's really there for. If you have a lot of toothfish in your area, you can copper wrap that to give it some reinforcement. I haven't really had trouble with this one in the gar, so I'm not like hugely concerned about it. Just saying I haven't had that issue personally. Now the problem with making Sculpin is that you're going to use a lot of hackle really quick because this guy is basically made out of hackle. Now, there's a couple of things you could do if you're on a budget. Let me point this out real quick. Hold on. This is a strip of rabbit's hair. Oh, yep, this is a strip of rabbit's hair. You can, if you're so inclined, tie that puppy up like that and do it all the way around, and it will fish like a zonker. It'll work. But I'm going to show you how I do it. So I am going to take a strip, and I'm going to put the strip on the back. And we're going to bring that rubber piece, well, not rubber, we're going to bring that hide piece. It feels like rubber. My other ones are rubber because they are synthetic. This one's not synthetic. Bring it just like that. So you got that hair tail now. And now, I prefer grizzly hackle. It matches with it really well. I'm gonna look, peel, just like you normally would.
Stormcrow Gaming says, "Me too."
Be disappointed.
Disappointed by the bass guitar, I suppose.
Oh yeah,
You should make up
I've never actually shown that before. You can clip hackling without scissors if you have thumbnails.
I was
What you got?
I was gonna say you should make a fly and call it the guitar.
Well, I did.
I'm-
I didn't plan for that one, unfortunately. Although, what would that? Let's see. What would that look like? Let's see. I gotta think about it.
Although it would be better than, well, the one you just made.
True. True. I'm not even gonna argue that one. Okay. All right, there we go. So before anybody, wonders, I put the eyes on real quick because I wasn't sure where I wanted to lock the thread. Because I gotta lock the thread and secure the eyes over.
Guts and Blood says, it's got to make a string sound when thrown through the air, tongue sticking out.
Well, interestingly enough, if you actually try to backcast it hard enough, the rod will do that for you. Oh, shoot. It's all stuck to my scissors now. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Alright. Now, usually we use our Flex UV glue. That is not what we want here. We want the hard stuff because we're going to bond to a weight and the thread. So I'm going to line it first, then we're going to get the UV out. As you see there, it stands on its own and makes a bulb. And that's kind of what we're looking for. It'll stick pretty well to it. And that's going to be what we want with this. You're going to want that bubble.
Guts and Blood says, saw the other day a video of rumble strips that play a classical music song when driving over them at the correct speed.
Oh, that's cool. Alright, there we go. Alright, so these two we just tied. That is the budget way that you would tie these. Because, like the other one, there's so much material on there, it can get expensive. Like I said, so this is the budget way that you would do these two. These two zonkers are, for largemouth bass, that's really what you're going to want to be looking for. And so as far as this guy goes, as you imagine, as it gets wet, its body lays down, the feathers lay down. And this is what you're looking for. You want that weight, because what this guy is going to be to do, and if you have bass, you know this, bass are ambushed. They like to be inside of the cover. This will get it down there fast enough to A, get a reaction strike, and number two, it's just heavy enough that it won't damage your, it shouldn't damage or tip it unless you're trying to bass fish with like a freaking 2-pound forward weight for some reason. But it'll dive through, it'll punch the grass and the weed, and you'll be able to go in there and get it type situation. You'll be able to get in there and get them. You know, the downside when you make it like this, like I said, you make this Sculpin mini version, because again, it's not, this is a saltwater fly that's been modified for freshwater. The downside is if you feel that strike, you need to stop. Like you're stripping your line, right? You feel the strike, you stop, because they'll probably hit about right here, which is going to make it flail. And what they tend to do is go back for it and they grab it. They take the whole thing, because because they can miss, right? See how they can miss that? But if you let them, you know, suck, you know, go in and open their mouth back up to suck it in, it's going to catch right there, and that's what you would do with this guy. That's how you do this guy. Now, as far as, you know, the one we tied earlier, once they hit that puppet, you're gonna want to. You're gonna want. I just lose my OBS.
No, sir. Your stream looks fine, and
Okay, there it goes.
I'm just.
We can't see up there now.
Oh, that's his mic where he keeps them. But
Oh yeah.
It was his text.
ah, damn it! I guess it paused. Yeah.
Yeah, it froze for just a second. But
Yeah.
we'll show TCD real quick because she asked, and she'll be able to see it once it does its thing. Yeah, this is where I've been keeping them. I'm running out of space though.
Guts and Blood says.
Yeah. Same.
It went wonkers.
Yeah. Give the view about 10 seconds or so,
Yeah.
and then versus what we're talking about. But
Guts and Blood
yeah,
says.
I mean, I think he's closer to
Cleared
20
up,
seconds behind today.
That's awesome.
Nope. This is what we've been tying all right here.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he just sticks them on there, and then he'll stick them in a box. And
That and all right. So I know some of you know what he's talking about. The official announcement for that ain't till the last week of the month. Just so y'all know. If y'all know, then you know
I
already.
didn't make it full of announcement. I didn't do it fully, man.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Some of them know already, because I asked for feedback. So some of them know already. Some of them don't. All right. So that's the dungeon. That was a basic Sculpin. And real quick in disclosure for everybody, I know how expensive buying flies can be. That's why when y'all see me tie something, I do it in a simplified method. Because, example, for me to do that Sculpin from top to bottom, you would need rabbit's hair, elk hair.
Guts and Blood says. If you know, you know. Tongue sticking out.
See, Guts knows. And tying, especially streaming flies, which is, you know, the two that we did earlier, you know, these guys right here, you know, they it gets expensive, it gets pricey. And I don't know about you, I go fishing to enjoy my time, and I usually tie my flies just kind of relax that night before. Like when I tie my personal flies, I do it the night before I go fishing. Helps get my mind in gear, helps relax. You don't want to worry about how expensive it can be, because look at this. This one's natural. This one's synthetic. Can be up to $25. Reasonable price is about $10. Don't be afraid to use synthetic, or like we did, tie it in a simplified way, because not all of us are, you know, the people who name stuff like that, Kelly Gillett. You know, we don't have oodles of money sitting in our back pocket. We're normal people.
Guts and Blood says. He makes sure to pull up his flies.
You know, we're normal people around here, and there's no reason to spend, you know, $8 worth of material on a single fly. There's just absolutely no reason for it. I mean, look at this. Look at all this flashy boo right here, right? This is Crystal Flash. I keep saying flashy boo. This is Crystal Flash. You know how much this costs right here? Y'all realize we've been using this since Sakale month? Like, it's $3. Okay? It does not need to cost that much, okay? It doesn't need to cost a stupid amount of money to be able to tie it. Look, this is synthetic. This one was $1.20, only because it came in a pack of like 4, so you know it's kind of like reduced bulk package. You know. Oh no, come back! I'm trying to do a thing. I'm trying to make a point. This one we tied earlier, right? You can find these guys for like $9, right? And they're like super long and everything. Don't catch me wrong, they fish very well. They designed it very well. Don't catch me wrong.
Guts and Blood
Doesn't need to
says,
be $9, does it?
what? You don't use real gold?
Well, I will say the copper wire I use for the body reinforcement is real copper, but no, I don't use real gold. This is the closest my stuff gets to real gold right here. That's it. Now, if I was to design something like, I don't know, maybe a 9-foot, 8-weight forward fly rod, part of a series called Hollowtail, name it the Marsh King, I might get some gold wire for that. Nudge, nudge. Might get some gold wire for that, but you know, there are things though, and I want to point out, if y'all decide to take up fly fishing or fly tying, there are some things, and the reason I pointed all that out, you don't want to skimp on. Alright, there are UV thread lock. Don't skimp on that. Don't get the super cheap one. Get an actual UV light, not a black light, an actual UV light. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, just get a black light, and they wonder why the head falls apart on their fly. Black light is not a UV light. They are not the same thing. DNL, care to weigh in on that one? I know you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, it deals with one that'll mean that light wavelengths, but no, ultraviolet is a different wavelength of color than what you get from black lights, and black lights are usually a weaker light.
Exactly, which means your resin doesn't set. There are
Exactly,
some things
because you're not getting the
you're not getting.
light wave heat,
Mhm.
whatever. I'm not sure what actually causes the
It-
resin to harden yet.
It is the light wave. This guy doesn't get hot. You can see it on stream in just a second. It doesn't get hot. I can touch it.
Well, I've got an ultraviolet light too, but mine also does white light and other colors. And
Right.
can't even tell my ultraviolet's on right now.
But there are,
Yeah.
because I know we're sitting here talking about, guys, it doesn't need to be expensive to make your own flies, go fly fishing. It doesn't need to be, but there are some things you shouldn't scrimp. That's the only point about that I'm going to make. We're going to get back to fly time. You don't need to scrimp.
There's some things you shouldn't go cheap on because, well, you get what you paid for.
Exactly. But some things are okay, like synthetic rabbit fur. I guarantee you the fish can't tell the difference.
Not till they eat it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and then what are they going to do? Get all pissed off and say, hey, man,
Right.
why are you using cheap stuff on me?
And another thing, if you get into fly fishing, you're gonna find a lot of those perfectionist types. I am here to tell you and promise you that fish can't count. If you accidentally put too many tails, let's say on a peacock Adams or a parachute Adams, I guarantee you they can't tell the difference between 6 and 4 peacock curls. I guarantee you they can't tell the difference. I promise.
Oh, yes. All fish are so narcissistic they have to count their waffles before they eat them.
Exactly. Alright, so let's do a bass bug now. Oh, did I just hit my camera? I just hit my camera. Sorry, guys. There we go. So let's get our...
He is a very expressive man. I've been watching today. Your hands are all over the place, man.
You should see my desk right now.
Weird.
Yeah, I tell you what, DNL's earned this. Because I'll be honest, I haven't done an articulated streamer in a long time, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I practiced a little bit first. But this is the result of practicing. I'm gonna take a picture and send it to DNL.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna see some real mutant
Oh yeah.
fishing lure. Oh boy.
Well, maybe a mutant ass mess on my desk.
Oh, okay. That'll teach you, man. 2, 4, 5. Okay, that is right.
Guts and Blood says. DNL is so obsessive, he has to count each square in the waffle to make sure it has the correct amount before he eats them / joke.
Okay, let's see. Go back. Yeah. Alright. Let's get that out of the way, and let's get ready to tie a bug. Ooh. Dark green. Alright, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to make a peacock bug with wing case. And remember what we talked about earlier? You know, you want there to be enough that it looks like it's going to be worth it to them. But what we're going to do here is make a late emerger bug. So basically we're going to make it look like a bug that's just about to finish its juvenile cycle and leave the water. So we're going to do like a mayfly. But again, you want it big enough that the bass is going to find it worth it to come up and get it. So the proportion of this is going to be larger than a bug you
Storm
probably
Krogaming
see
says.
in the wild.
Correct that why I took the obsession and became an accountant.
The only thing you're missing is a bowl of cereal.
Like I said, I was doing a bit of practicing this morning because, like, I know it had been a while since I did an articulated fly, even for myself. That's why I was like, let me get some practice in.
That's the result of practice?
Yes.
Guts and Blood says.
No wonder they call it a
Black
sex
light is
dungeon.
ultraviolet A light, ultraviolet light is UVA and UVB light.
It's because of that reason right there. That's all.
Yep.
I'm sorry to the crowd who can't hear or see, or who can hear but can't see. It's... My children are cleaner.
Let's see.
That's all I had to say.
Light,
For
ultraviolet
description.
light, UVA, and UVB light. Yep, that is correct. Alright, so we're going to set this aside.
Ultraviolet. Yeah, there you go. Ultraviolet light. It's missing.
Alright, so
Something.
we're going to get our little bugginess out.
Let's sigh. I am still not awake.
Alright, there we go.
Hey, Eleanor.
Hey, what's up, Eleanor? How we doing, buddy? Alright, here we go.
I did find out something.
What you got?
I'm not too keen on playing Deep Rock Galactic solo if I'm not playing the gunner. I found that I'm like, yeah, that's it. I'm the gunner. End of story.
Nothing wrong with that.
I really like that class. I don't know, maybe it's because I get to shoot shit and blow shit up, and that's my specialty. Well, that's not true. I think the engineer is the one that gets no.
No.
The digger. The digger gets to blow stuff up with the C4.
C4.
But, you know, mini rocket launchers and auto cannons can be kind of fun.
Auto cannons should be quite fun. Alright, there we go.
And as I was playing the engineer last night, I kept forgetting about the Gemini system. And Steve. I'm like, I just need to get through this so I can get that stupid gun. I hate this shit.
Go.
But I did find something else that if you're playing that game solo and you don't like the map, I think it's like wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the location will change.
Yep, and then it'll get you the mission in a new location, which sometimes can be more handy depending
Guts
on
and
the
Blood
mission.
says. No worries, there's a squirrel you can do all that stuff on, DNL.
Alright, so we got this going here. Alright, so when you're making a bug, whether it be a, you know, something a bass might be interested in, you don't want crystal flash and stuff like that. You want something a little bit more shimmery than flashy. What we're going to do is, just like we would do with any of the other bits that we would normally do, we're going to go right here. Just like usual. Lock down. Peacock curl can be quite brittle, so you just want to lock it down enough that you can wrap with it. Again, we're just going for some shimmer, not a whole lot of extra flash. So as you see with the peacock curl over the Chanel, it kind of, you know, does that. We make our big wraps going to the back of the body. And everybody say hi to cats.
Hello.
Cat.
Hi, Tweety. You have fun?
Yes.
You got that stuff turned in that you were talking about?
Sure.
Alright, good. Boop. There you go. You got your little tails.
You need anything?
Not at the moment. Thank you, sweetie. Alright, here we go.
Oh, you passed up on the opportunity. Squirrel, you always need coffee.
I still got some. That's why I said that.
Okay.
Alright. So, as you see, we have a little bit of shimmer, but not a lot of flash. And that's how we're going to want this. We're about to use a lot of peacock curl.
Guts and Blood says. Did you warn her? Tongue sticking out.
Alright, so what we're going to be doing here in a second is going to make the wing casing. And again, we're trying to make this shimmer because we want bass to see it, but you would typically, you know, use a pheasant feather. You know, my pheasant's right here. I'll show it to you. Normally, would want to make your wing casings out of this guy. It does give it that more natural look, but we're going for a shimmer that might get a bass's attention to come up, especially in murky water. So that is why you're about to see me pull out some more peacock curl. Because again, you want it to look kind of natural, but enough that, you know, they might actually want to take a crack at it. Just remember what we said about the peacock curl. It can be quite brittle. So I'm going to go over, fold. I'm going to fold it back up. And we're going to give ourselves some line to play with. I want to softly drop it near the head, right? Just like that. And tighten. And what we learn from the hair, it helps it make it stand up, so I can do this number right here. Now we're going to go ahead and take this time right here to shave some of that off, because it is crowding the eyelid. It's that one thing we don't like doing, crowding that eyelid. I'm going to shave some of that off. As soon as I can reach it, of course. Okay. Now I'm going to bring my thread behind the wing case. And see these little tips I left? We want to spread them out a little bit. Because again, we want this to look like it's coming out of its juvenile stage and into its adult stage. And don't be afraid to manipulate your fly like I'm doing right here. Remember, if it's worth doing, it's worth making sure it gets done right. As you see, it's got its tails. It's got its little casing coming out now. And we're going to put in a whip finish right here behind the casing, because we're going to rib this. We're going to come through right here. And then I'm going to come in with a reverse whip, just to give it that extra. I don't want this line to come out. Yes. Good clean cinch. And nip it. Just like that. Alright, we're going to take our Dolinator 70 out. And we are going to put in, after I go pick up the bobbin, I just drop on the floor, our copper wire. I have a ping. I'll check on that in just a moment. Alright. So positioning this, you're going to want to go here at the back. You don't want too many wraps because you don't want like a big chunk of copper right there. But we do want enough that we'll be able to, you know, tease the copper off when we're done. There we go. And now we're going to, yep. I'm going to bring the little wing section up real quick. Just give it that last little loop right there. There you go. A little peacocky merger. The light on there, can it be seen real well? No, it can't. That's upsetting. There it goes. Hey, you know what? I'll just hold it up to the camera for you. How about that? One peacocky merger. This one's real simple. As you see, there's not really a whole lot to it. But its structure is what's important, because it's going to land and float at the top. The wing case is going to make it do this number. It's going to slow in the water, so that you can, for lack of better words, do it every so lightly, just like this on your fly line, to make it jig. And again, you have just iridescent enough without a whole lot of excess flash. That flash is good for quick moving objects. This guy needs to be more iridescent, because remember, what is this guy supposed to be? An insect about to bust out of its case. So what you know, the bass will see is it comes down like this, right? And give it that Just that little touch. And they'll come and grab this puppy. Because it's iridescent. It's going to help diffuse the look of the hoof, right? And it has this little wings popping out, so you want to keep it near the surface. And again, that bass is going to see that. And hey, this thing is, you know, getting ready to become an adult. It's pretty large in size. And again, when it comes to a large, more predator fish, you want it to think that it's going to be worth the effort to get it. So that's what that's what this guy does. This is a peacock nymph emerger. And that's all this little guy is, just like that. I said no fuss, no muss. Good time. And these are pretty easy to do, even if you are a beginner. So, you don't have to, try doing articulated streamers. Which is why I wanted to tie this one up today, so that you can see, hey, not all of them need to be big and bold. I won't say my biggest, but some of my bigger bass are caught on these peacock bugs like this. Like I said, you got your copper body to give it balance. It's iridescent, so it shimmers in the water, much like a bug might shimmer when it goes in. So, like I said, this is a very simple one that if you don't drop constantly. And all of it's half hitched inside of itself. See, we didn't need the UV glue for that guy. So, I said, and don't worry about the numbers of things. What if you got 4 or 5 tails sticking out the back? I guarantee you that bass can't count. All they're going to see is the shape and outline, and that's what we want. That's what we got. So like I said, wing case, make sure you keep your eyelet clear. Little copper body to give it some balance and a little bit of weight. Just a little bit of shine. And your iridescent copper. Your iridescent peacock. I said copper. Boom. Just like that. And another one goes on the phone. Alright. So the downside here today with all of this is getting a little bit better at it than I suspected. Because I planned for extra, did extra, and I still finished everything in advance. So what we're going to do is let us do a normal sized bugger. Alright, let's see, where's my line at right here? There we go. Alright, here we go. So, body wrap. This one we're going to go back here for. So just like how we did in a merger, I'm going to do a little bug. And this buggy is going to be a lot of Chanel because this is one of my little favorite ones that I'll keep on my light fly rod if I'm bass fishing and just not finding them that day. The little bumblebee. So what I'm going to do is so that the Chanel doesn't slip, I'll build the head up a little bit right there. Because you're not going to need much to do this. You're not going to need much to do this. So you don't need a lot because it's so tiny. So what I'm gonna do is, see, I got it locked in. I'm gonna move it all the way down because I'm gonna spin this guy and I'm gonna twist it up by hand because we're going to be doing obviously a few different ones a few different times. Kind of want to try to keep it as clustered together as you can. Run your back wrap under without doing exactly what I just did. Folded cinch. I'm gonna nibby that off right there. Boom, boom. Now again, bring my wrap under that station. There we go. There we go. All right. So in case I didn't say it earlier, I know I get zero. I get like focused in. I am spinning it to help it spike out a little bit. All right. So now we got that done. Make sure it's backed off the eye, and we're going to build up that back end right there. And the only real hard part about this is avoiding that hook lip while you do it. And if you do, just make sure you don't rip at it. Just back up a little bit. It ain't gonna hurt nobody. Back her up a little bit, just like that. And what you're gonna want to do, because there's just a lot of Chanel on this little guy, go ahead and bring that back right there. And you're gonna do your whips in the back. I'm gonna do my whips in the back. You are free to move it back to the head, of course. With this guy being so small, I don't want that UV resin messing up the rest of it, right? know, a lot of you have been around a little while. Y'all know I don't usually ever take it out the vise. This is that situation where I recommend it, because we don't want that UV messing up the that UV resin messing up the little Chanel, especially since it's it's the cheaper one. So let that bubble hit that and lock it in. 'Cause I got the rest of the lights on. That thunder is a gate. That's thunder. Alright. I know this little guy is kind of hard to see. There's a little bee. Look at it. It's adorable. Camera, can you please focus for me, pretty please? There it is. Look at it. It's a little bee. Cute. And it works surprisingly well. Like I said, something like this I'll keep on the side, like on my light rod, like my little 3-pounder, 4-pounder. And because sometimes the bass just don't want to bite. If you bass fish, you know how it is. Sometimes the bite just ain't on. And I'll keep that one little guy, a little parachute Adams and stuff like that, to do while I'm, basically, oh, the bass ain't biting today type thing. That way, that way when you do go out and you're like, yeah, I'm going bass fishing, you can catch a whole bunch of little panfish, some sockeye, some goggle eye, and just be like, nah, man, I felt like having a pan fry today. They don't need to know we couldn't find the bass that day. And there we go, guys. The collection is adding up. Look at that. We made a lot of really good ones here. Got a little guy with a little copperhead. We got some clousers. We got the 2 that we did today. Some woolies. Got a little peacocker bug. Our lantern dancer. I think we did good today, guys. We did good today. And we got a couple for an oopsie pile. So I think we did really good. Well, on that note, we're going to go ahead and close the tackle box for today. And mostly because I was practicing making that articulated one earlier, so I have a really big mess to clean up today. But thank y'all for stopping by. Appreciate y'all coming out, and thank y'all. And this month is Bass Month, so we'll be doing popper bugs and everything. I'm currently trying to get a hold of a good popper head before I do all of that. And so we'll be seeing y'all soon with some popping bugs next week. And you guys all have a fantastic day. Thank y'all for stopping by, and I hope y'all stay well, and we'll see you later.
Guts and Blood says, good luck with the mess, have a great day.
Thank you, Guts. I appreciate you, man.
Well, the sun's setting low and the work's all done. Had a good day, had a real good run. The fields are resting, the fire burns bright, but we'll be back again come morning light. So take it easy, rest your head. Ain't no worries, nothing left unsaid. The Acorn Valley's always waiting, always growing wide. just to see you soon, underneath that same old harvest moon. So take it easy, rest your head. Ain't no worries, nothing left unsaid. Acorn Valley's always waiting, always growing wide. So come on back, we'll be here with the tide. Night falls soft on the valley below. Another day's coming, another crop to sow. Till next time, friend, keep your boots on the ground.